change. That's a word I hear tossed around a lot lately. Well, if there's one thing I know never changes, it's money. Either you have it or you want it. Around here, the commodity is dinosaurs. You can buy them or you can sell them. And business is good. Business is real good. Every desert has an oasis. Malta's no different. You can build something special here from nothing. There aren't many places like that anymore. To succeed, you need to find a buyer you trust. One that has your back. Look, you're gonna have to learn on the fly, so be prepared for anything. Especially chaos. You can come to Malta with your big plans. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Hello everybody and welcome to a new Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream. My name is Jens, I'm part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my pleasure to be your host today as we dig into the Dominion Malta Expansion, which launched yesterday to all platforms, PC, PlayStation and Xbox, and it's been a fantastic DLC to work on, and it is amazing to have you all here in chat. Let's take a quick look to see if we can find any familiar faces. Jack Wolf is here, Heather G, of course, from the mod team. We've got Miriam, of course, Fran over from the community team here as well, and plenty of other amazing people. It's so good to have you all here. Hope you've been enjoying the Dominion Malta expansion, as well as the fifth free update that we also rolled out alongside this DLC. So today, for this live stream, we'll be taking a closer look at what's included in the DLC and some of the changes that you may have noticed in update number 5. I will not be doing this on my own, however. I am joined by two wonderful people from the incredible Jurassic World Evolution 2 dev team. Say hello once again to James and Callum. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's going really well,
I got into Australian there for a second. That was very weird. Not going to happen again. But yeah, you're doing well, both of you?
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Pretty well.
It's great to have you on the stream. For those who might not know you, why don't you introduce yourself to the community? We'll start with you, Callum.
Sure. Hi, I'm Callum. I'm one of the game designers on Jurassic World Evolution 2.
And then we'll jump on to James.
And yeah, I'm James. I'm also one of the game designers on Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yeah, because you're both game designers, but you work on different things. What is it?
Yeah.
What's your main sort of area of responsibility, Callum?
Yeah, so I mainly work on the sort of scenario side of things, so campaign for our DLC, and I also worked on the Chaos Theory levels for the base game.
So you're more on the level side of things, the scenario side of things. And James?
Yeah, I'm sort of on the systems side, so dinosaurs, behavior and management, that was my big focus. And then on this expansion, I've been looking at the dinosaur exchange.
So how does it feel to finally have this DLC out in the world? Because James, you were with us for the anniversary stream that we did about a month ago, and I remember before we went live, you were sitting here going like, "Oh, there's so much I want to talk about, but I can't talk about it yet because it's not out yet." Like, what does it feel like to finally have it out in the world and seeing people's reactions to everything?
It's really nice. Just to see it finally out there, and I think this new update gives some new exciting ways to play. You know, we've got the 3-island structure in the campaign, for example, which is sort of a throwback to Jurassic World Evolution 1, where you have the multiple islands, you switch between them, you build them up all independently, all the new decorations and stuff. So it's cool to see players taking all of that new stuff and sort of getting creative with it.
What about you, Callum? What's it been like seeing this like out in the world and just thinking like, all right, finally, it's out there?
It's been pretty incredible. You know, having worked on this pack for a while now, actually seeing it out in the world and seeing everyone playing it and the great reactions coming back from the communities. Yeah, it's really great.
There's a comment in Twitch chat here from Alex Whammy saying that your jumper is amazing.
Thank you.
If you haven't caught it yet, it is literally a Christmas tree written out in ones and zeros.
Yeah, so if you actually take the
top.
binary and convert it to ASCII, it says Merry Christmas.
It does.
Yeah.
I was about to ask if it says anything in particular, but that's
Yeah.
so cool. That is really, really cool. I love it. Love to see it. Right, hold on here. Yeah, we're going to be taking a closer look at the expansion very, very soon. Yeah, you obviously you've worked on this DLC. You worked on the design team. What's been your favorite aspect of the expansion to work on? We'll start with you, Callum.
Well, it's probably got to be the campaign and sort of adding in this multi-island campaign and having a level that you have to sort of go between 3 different islands and manage everything at the same time and have to sort of work around all of that. It's been really, really interesting to sort of design and add in some interesting sort of flavour to each of the 3 islands.
Yeah, because I mean, some of the thoughts behind it was to, kind of give some flavour from the previous game and put that into the new game here.
Yeah, exactly.
And so from that comes the dinosaur exchange, the cargo ship, and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very neat way of sort of solving this and having it be possible to jump between the different islands and everything.
Yeah, and having that link between the 3 with the cargo ship and being able to move dinosaurs between the 3 and sort of share the burden, I guess, between those 3 islands.
It's also very in flavour with what you see in the film as well. Like it really sort of uses the theme of dinosaurs in the world, and you've got the black market, you've got the authorities, you've got the underground and all that stuff. I think it's it's a neat way of solving that challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, James? What's been your favourite thing to work on?
It's got to be the dinosaur exchange. So it's cool, from a story point of view. It's a sort of new, morally grey kind of mechanic that we've added in. There's dinosaurs being bought and sold on the open market. It really ties into the flavour of Jurassic World Dominion. And then also, it's that you don't quite know what you're going to get aspect of it that makes it quite nice. So in previous updates, we've done challenge levels where you take delivery of dinosaurs and you kind of, they're forced upon you and you just have to deal with it, right? So I like that aspect of the dinosaur exchange because you can, you buy a dinosaur, you might not even get the one you asked for.
I have noticed that, as I've jumped into it. There's some where it says like, disreputable seller, and then there's like plenty of exclamation points. Yeah. And I'm wondering like, am I actually getting what I'm paying for? Could this be a sick dinosaur? Could it be a wounded dinosaur? All that stuff.
Yeah, so it kind of changes it to be a bit more reactive from the player's side, so that's a nice change of pace, I think.
I think it's a really cool addition to the game. We're going to jump into the DLC very, very shortly. And as we mentioned, the Dominion Malta Expansion launched yesterday. And if you had a chance to play it, feel free to sound off in chat and let us know what you think. I see a lot of positive feedback here already. Crispier Halo saying that, as always, the DLC are top quality. Saint Dot saying that, I love Frontier developments. They're geniuses in the games industry. Thank you very much. And Neurotic Vows also says there's something special about having actors from the movies voicing their characters in games. And that's also something you get in the campaign here.
As well, and
like
Soyona.
They're in the films and now they're in the game as well. It's really, really cool. So if you want to learn more about the expansion, about where to buy it, for example, you can type in !Dominion Malta in Twitch chat, and you should get like a little pop-up that tells you where to go. And we're going to be jumping in and taking a closer look at all the new things the expansion brings to the game. But to just quickly summarize, there's 4 new prehistoric species. There's 3 new variants, there's 1 new skin, there's a new campaign, as we mentioned, there's the Malta-themed buildings, there's Malta-themed decorations, and there's 3 brand new sandbox map. And it's a lot of stuff in this thing, absolutely. And also, there's the free update number 5 that came out as well, with several quality of life updates, several bug fixes as well, which we'll touch upon as we go through here. But I think we can then jump into this little sandbox map that I built here. And so this is on the, I believe this is on Sant'Egidius. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. My Greek is a bit rusty, so I appreciate the help with the pronunciation. This being sandbox mode, of course, everyone is getting along. I've set all the dinosaurs to have no dislikes. So if you catch any dinosaurs that shouldn't be together, be in the same enclosure, that is the reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're gonna take a look at some of these new dinosaurs, some of the new variants as well. And yeah, so this is one of the 3 new sandbox map. This is of course a map that's been that's available in the campaign as well, and you'll be jumping between the 3 different islands. You'll be moving dinosaurs between them. And yeah, Malta is the beginning, and then there's one in Greece and one in France.
Corsica
as well. Corsica, yes. Because I forget, Corsica belongs to France, or is it Italy, maybe?
I
forget.
It's something, yeah. I think it belongs to France.
Yeah, geography and international politics isn't really my strong suit. I know dinosaurs and video games. That's kind of it, really. But yeah, no. So this is one of the new maps, which wrong button here. I think it's it's quite expansive. I managed to build out a fair bit, but I've still got some room to place in some things here and there.
It's cool seeing ocean just on all sides as well.
Yeah, obviously this is an island, and so there's going to be ocean on all sides. Yeah. And I think it looks quite lovely.
Yeah, it's something we tried to do with all 3 levels. Is set them in. They're meant to be set in the Mediterranean, so putting a big focus on having that sea out there and having nice vistas.
Yeah, I mean, you worked quite heavily on all of these maps.
Yeah.
Like, what's been? Can you talk a bit more about it? The process involved with making these maps.
Sure. Yeah. So they start from sort of paper designs, basically, sort of sketching out like a rough shape, thinking about what they might look like, the sort of characteristics, maybe thinking about a bit of a story for them, which sort of shapes how they're made and what they look like eventually. And then pass that on to the environment art team, which do wonders, as you can see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a very sort of iterative process. Going back and forth and doing feedback and concept art get involved and do sort of paint overs and we try and sort of get a really nice sort of unique look for each level at the end of the day. And
I think you've nailed it. Like you've got this map here. You've got the Samory Bay with a huge natural lagoon, which went down really well with the community. And then you've got the Malta map as well, which I've been to Malta myself and seeing like some of the structures in the background, and like it looks like that. Like it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and that sort of harps into the sort of the story we want to sort of give them, and making it look like they actually are set sort of in real world locations, even though they are fictitious locations.
Yeah.
But sort of making them look real, and like with San Albertus on Malta, you see all the buildings in the background, you see sort of some stone structures, and you see some other islands off in the distance, and sort of makes it feel really sort of set into the world.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you've the 3 islands are all named after saints. They're sort of the 3 saints.
The 3 saints,
which makes them a nice mirror image to the 5 deaths from the first game and from the franchise total. I think that's a very neat little mirroring and like parallels there as well.
Yeah, we went back and forth on a few sort of different ideas for what to name these islands, and settled on the 3 saints and thought it was a nice collective name for them, and sort of that sort of shaped sort of the plan for what we were going to call them.
Yeah, I really like it. I dig it. And for people watching at home, this is on the flattened version of this map right here. That's why there's not a lot of trees around. I just wanted a nice sort of flat, clean surface to build on as I was building this sandbox mode park here. And I built some of these enclosures quite large because I figured, why not use the space that I have? And the idea behind this was to make some sort of like a black market showcase park almost. That's why everything is very, very square, very straight to the point.
Yeah,
it's just like you come in here, you see the dinosaurs you want to buy, and then you get them, and then that's it. Sort of thing is what we tried to go for. But yeah, so we're with this DLC, we're adding in a whole new building set of various things. So we've got our arrival building here, which works exactly as you'd expect. It's the arrival building. It is also where you open and close your park. And much like all the other operations buildings, you've got your acquisition center, you've got your staff center, you've got your response facilities, all those places. I really like this design of the hotels with the little swimming pool
So
in
do
the
I,
middle
yeah.
here.
It's cool. Some of the guest views as well on this, like they're inside the hotel.
Oh, I hadn't seen
Yeah,
those
yeah.
actually. Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
so
and you've got
looking
the
into the
you got the
courtyard.
view of the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I never actually considered checking these.
These are like your Google Maps like photos.
Oh yeah,
people will
and
be
there's people
taking.
sitting on the benches.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great. So yeah,
Some steam rising from the pool.
oh yeah, I hadn't seen this. I actually haven't checked any of this. So yeah, I think I chose Dinosaur Protection Group. So it's kind of a former black market site that's now been taken over by the DPG. I like that the viewpoints are all pool related. It's really cool. And I'm thinking like, yeah, you know what? I'd vacation here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good pool. It's a good pool to have. But yeah, the acquisition center is where you will get your. It's where you do your research. It's where you have your fossils. It's also where you do your. Hold on, I'm going to double check this so I don't say anything incorrectly. Yeah, it's also where you will access the black market in the campaign, but also in sandbox mode because it's accessible in both.
Yeah.
So as part of this, in the sandbox settings, there should now be so you can turn on both dinosaur exchange and expeditions and fossils, which I think is a really great way of bringing some of the campaign flavor into sandbox as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and giving players the option to play how they want. You know, maybe you don't want to worry about expeditions and fossils. You just want to buy some dinosaurs straight away. You can do that.
And we're going to talk a little bit about how the exchange works later on when we jump into a bit of the campaign. I also want to highlight the really cool skins on the Ranger team. Let's see if we can get a closer look here, which is brand new skin for the that's Malta themed. I think it's a really neat looking way of changing it up and making it look different than the previous skins do. It's more of a sort of weathered look to it compared to some of the other ones that are a bit cleaner, a bit sort of straight to the point.
Yeah,
but
these
this has
fit
been
that kind of renegade style that the Malta has, right?
It definitely feels like it's been through a bunch and fixed up now and again.
Been battered by the sea air a bit.
Exactly, yeah. Like it's been through a fair bit, but it still works.
Yeah.
You know, it's the kind of car you just want to still be working. And finally, of course, we touched on the hotel. We got our restrooms here, and I really love just the use of the different like brick walls and like old brick buildings. It kind of feels like sort of repurposed ruins in a way. I think that's been a really cool touch as well.
And it blends really well with the wall decoration, the ruined walls.
I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick. Should be here, I think. Yes,
so
here.
it kind of lets the players extend the buildings further from their footprint using these decorations. You can make it seem like it's part of a larger sort of compound or ruin. And I've even seen people using these as the edges of enclosures as well.
Yes,
so
I did see someone.
See.
I did see someone on Reddit building a whole row of these and saying something along the lines of, "This is essentially the best thing Frontier has ever done."
Yeah, I think these like really nice modular decorations are really flexible. Like those are really fun to add.
Yeah, Crispy Halo says in Twitch chat, "I like how it's all worn down. It adds like a nice aesthetic because you've got the Jurassic World aesthetic. It's very clean, very corporate kind of thing, and I think this is a very nice contrast
definitely
to all of that stuff." And finally, what I think we should mention is we also, of course, got a new truck tour, which brings with it the same sort of aesthetic, and I like the nice sort of Mediterranean arches to it all. And you know, it's a truck tour. It does what it says in the tin. Hold on, here we go. And it's a truck tour. People drive around and they look at the dinosaurs that they want to see. And hold on, I'm just checking chat a little bit, just checking my notes, make sure that we're on the right track. And oh yeah, of course, I want to talk about some of the aviary and lagoons as well, which is also part of this building set, which, you know, working with the sort of weathered aesthetic of everything is very, you know, rusty, a bit beaten down, but it's still in good shape. It still works, and I like that as a part of this this aesthetic here. It's very, you know, the red coloration of it all.
Yeah, it fits really cool. The terrain really well.
Let me see if I can find the lagoons here as well. And yeah, this is all a separate building set, similar to the Dominion building set and the DFW building set. So it is just selectable from when you start in sandbox mode, and then you've got if you choose all buildings, you've got the different tabs up there. And for, I believe it's for fences and things, it fills in stuff with, I think it's DFW. I might be misremembering.
Jurassic World.
It might be Jurassic World. So for fences and everything, you've got I think this is Jurassic World. So you've got your small, medium, large electrified fences, then your heavy fence as well.
The DFW ones have got their
little logo.
I think,
yeah, that's true.
It will be cool to see how people mix the eras together on PC and on next gen consoles. Because obviously it is very distinctive, this building set.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see the ways that people are going to combine it with, like you said, the more modern looking Jurassic World or Jurassic Park as well, building sets.
Especially with the other biomes as well, like trying this in a tiger biome and see how it looks.
Yeah, a lot more possibilities for sure.
Yeah, like the shipping containers from the DFW building set, I think is going to work really well with this.
Yeah.
Same with some of the stuff from Jurassic World as well. And I really got to say, like, the team has done a lot of really cool work on the different types of decorations we have. Like, we have the wall sections, there's the whole wall tower, nice water tower. This utility tower looks a lot like the watchtowers from the Rustler defense stuff that we had as well. And so I think it all fits really well together. And of course, it wouldn't be the same without, if I can... is it here? Am I looking at something else? Yes, of course, the Atrociraptor cage, which obviously fits in with the Minion Malta aesthetic. And we're going to talk about the Atrociraptor very, very soon. But first, I think we're going to jump into a species field guide and take a quick look at the Listrosaurus. And soon, we're also going to take a live look at the Listrosaurus, so please stay with us. But for now, we're going to jump into a species field guide, so enjoy that.
Listrosaurus have two distinctive tusk-like teeth and unusual beak-like faces. Due to their size and stature, they are very wary of trouble.
And that was the Listrosaurus. That was the species field guide, which we released earlier this week before we released the Dominion Malta Expansion, which is what we're talking about today. If you're just joining us, my name is Jens. I'm part of the community team here at Frontier. I'm joined on the sofas in the streaming room by game designers Callum and James. Almost lost my thread of thought, managed to find it just as I was losing it. But yeah, no, the Listrosaurus looks absolutely fantastic. Kudos to the team for making it. And we're going to take a closer look at it in-game very, very soon. Before that, we're going to jump into a giveaway here. And we're going to give away 5 copies of this, well, 5 codes for the Dominion Malta Expansion. And hold on, I'm just going to have to get my terms and conditions ready here. So to enter the giveaway, I'm going to give you a keyword that you'll need to type out in the chat. The competition will close in 5 minutes. That will be at 3:35 GMT. So, I mean, technically 6 minutes or 3.5, but 5.5. It's going to be fine. At 3:35 GMT. After that, I will be picking 5 winners at random from the pool of entries. This is a Frontier Developments Twitch channel only giveaway, so unfortunately it's not going to be available on YouTube, and some geographical restrictions will apply. There will be full terms and conditions at frontier.co.uk/legal, and we'll also post this information in the chat. If you're a winner, we will send you a DM on Twitch, or Whisper, as it's also called, from the official Frontier Developments account. So the keyword you will need is !Malta, all lowercase, MEAMALTA. I almost misspelled it. !Malta, MALTA. You've got 5 minutes, Twitch chat, so get to it. And while we do that, let's take a look at some of these dinosaurs. We can jump back into the game here, and let's have a closer look at There's my map, right there. The Listrosaurus. That's the Nodosaurus. That's from when I chested out the dinosaur exchange. I was like, I need something. There's a Nodosaurus there. Let's just grab it. And yeah, so Listrosaurus. Here we go. Very small dinosaur. Thrapsid. Not technically a dinosaur. Very small prehistoric species. Oh, I love that we found a sleeping one or a resting one. Oh, look at it. It's so cute.
Perfect timing.
Little belly.
I wish that was possible. Like, just go and touch the little belly. So yeah, this would be the Listrosaurus. I need to double check what skin. Yeah, this is the Death Valley and Pelophylax skin. I've of course set all of these to random body and pattern colors here. And I gotta say, some of the coloration differences really, really cool. So this one being, a bit green, this one being more on the red side of things. And of course, we've got one with a skin that's taken, almost directly from the film. Listrosaurus, of course, appears in the black market scene in Dominion. Has a bit of a fight going as well in one of the deleted scenes that I've seen. It's less of a combative Thrapsid, less of a combative prehistoric species in this game here, but we still really like it. It's a very cute looking small dinosaur, and I feel like Thrapsid, I need to check myself. And it's great that we're adding these little tiny guys into the game. Oh, don't get run over. Whew. Close one.
So small they can see
it. It is so tiny. I mean, you can barely see it when you're zoomed out far away, and you've got the.
I can't remember. I think this one is so small that we do just let you drive, like, straight over it.
I think this is considered.
It doesn't harm it, obviously.
Yeah, by the game, this is considered to be a small dinosaur. Quote.
Because when you're driving around through some long grass and suddenly something stops you, it can be a bit inconvenient. So yeah, just let you drive over.
They won't be bowling over any visitors anytime soon either, which is something that we added in with. Yeah, you can see the iguanodon in the background. Like, this is the size differential we're working with here, and luckily they won't be bowling over any vehicles or guests, because that is something we did in Update 5, where we changed some of the behaviors for the small dinosaurs. Can you talk a bit about that, James?
Yeah, so we added a new scavenger group, which includes the Oviraptor, the Compsognathus, and the Moros Intrepidus. And that's because previously we have everything gets on with the compy, i.e. it won't try to break out if it's sharing space with the compy, because the compy is basically, it's in its own lane, right? It's just eating scraps, and it's not really a threat to any of the herbivores, and it's not really competition for any of the carnivores.
Yeah,
so
they get along with pretty much everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So we've created its sort of own group and put some of the other scavenger-like carnivores in that group, basically, as well as now they can jump attack guests and goats, which is very exciting. Some of the animations for that are so good to watch. And
it's a good little change, I feel, and especially with the very smaller dinosaurs, the smaller carnivores like the Compsognathus. I think since the game launched and we talked about pack hunting and jump attacks and all that, that was like a consistent question from the community, like will the compies ever attack humans? Because you've got the very famous scene in, I think it's the Lost World, the beginning, when they all jump on the little girl and unfortunately she gets eaten by the tiny dinosaurs. But I'm not going to sacrifice any guests, by the way. This is going to be a peaceful sandbox park. There's not going to be any breakouts here. But they're very, very cute. Someone compared them to, oh, look at it run! Oh, careful. That was the iguanodon just knocked over the tour truck. Someone said that they're just prehistoric puppies, and it kind of remind me of tiny dogs.
Pug
little pug dinosaur. That's cute. And as you can see on the side there, it needs ground fiber, it needs ground leaf, open space, and a bit of water. But it being a herbivore, it gets along with most things. Now, obviously, I've turned off dislikes right here. But we are about to close the giveaway that we kicked off earlier. It is now closed. So if you joined us for the giveaway, it is now closed over on our Twitch channel, and we're going to draw. I think we're just going to draw 5 winners right away. So if we will pick those at random. So if I can just get the giveaway winner names here, then we can get started. And producer Adam working furiously behind the scenes to find our giveaway winners. So, huge shout out to Firo Gaming, to Nano Luke, to Minudra, to Next Cascade, and to 3Rick CVZ for winning this giveaway. And just to make it very, very clear, you've won a code for this expansion, for the Dominion Malta expansion, for your chosen platform. So if you're not on Steam, or if you're on Xbox, we'll send you an Xbox code. If you're on PlayStation, we'll send you a PlayStation code. If you're on PC, we will send you a PC code. That's how this works. So do not worry about your platform. We will take care of you either way. And you should be getting a DM from the Frontier Developments channel account very, very soon over on Twitch. Okay, so next up we have, that brings me neatly to my next point, another very small animal in this, you can just about see it, the Moros Intrepidus, which is luckily not covered by paleobotany sources, because it doesn't need a lot. It just needs sand and open space and a bit of meat. But look at it, it's so tiny. It's so cute. And this also, obviously, like most animals in the game, has the 12 body colors and the 7 pattern colors. Yep. And then, of course, it has a 2022 skin, which is reminiscent of, I don't think I have any of them here, though, which is, reminiscent of what it looks like in Dominion. Moros Intrepidus, I think one of the few dinosaurs from the film that's called out explicitly by name by one of the characters.
Yeah, I think when they're in the Biosyn labs, right? It's in like a really small enclosure there.
Call it out specifically as like, we've reintroduced so many different species, like Moros Intrepidus, and then like cut to a small glass cage, and there it is. And it's a tiny little, oh, look at him go!
Speedy boy.
Speedy little boy, tiny little carnivore. One of the small dinosaurs that will now do some. They can do jump attacks on goats and visitors if we decide to. And I have placed a goat in here just in case they get hungry. But yeah, they are in the scavenger group. And I do believe that I have some of them ready. Yes, right here. And what I always like to do, like one of my favorite things in this game, is to just release dinosaurs. So we're going to do just that. Look at him go. Yeah.
I like that.
They're
sort of
very
wondering, should we?
Yeah,
should we leave?
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Can we really do this? All right, fine. Let's just go. I'm just going to double check if we have the. It doesn't look like it. Well, didn't have the 2022 skin, but the colors are really, really bright and vibrant on these. The different pattern colors also really, really good. Oh, it's got meat. I just like to look at dinosaurs and get lost in them. But the
feathers on this one are really
really nice. So these are one of the feathered species. As you can tell, it's got a bit of fluff here and there that's sort of blowing in the wind and moving around as it's moving around as well. I really love to just sit and watch them. Unfortunately, we can't spend the entire stream just looking at one dinosaur. But yeah, no. Moros Intrepidus. There it is. It's very cute. It's sort of come out as a very popular community dinosaur as well. I remember, like when we released the screenshots of it, people really liked how it looked. Yeah. And it's a very, because it's a cousin of Tyrannosaurus Rex, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah.
It's interesting to see the size disparity, the size difference between the two as well. Like you've got the giant T-Rex, and then you've got the tiny Moros Intrepidus.
Yeah, but you can see the similarities, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's a scavenger, it'll be able to share its territory with a lot of other dinosaurs. So just to have this in your enclosures next to some massive T-Rex or something, and then just compare the sizes is really funny.
As you can see, it likes everything.
Yeah.
Which I like. It's a good tag. Likes everything. Next up, I think we can move on over to, where did I put this again? The Oviraptor. There it is. Yeah. Which is the game's first omnivore.
Yes,
I believe.
It is. So it eats, if you look at its comfort needs, then it eats...
oh, hold on. I keep clicking the wrong button. I'm very sorry about that.
Meat and it also wants ground leaf, and it can eat from both. So yeah, that's its sort of unique characteristic.
Yeah.
It's always nice to sort of mix it up and add some unique identities for the new dinosaurs that we add. Yeah, it doesn't eat eggs.
No.
Even though its name means
Its
egg
name
thief.
is egg thief.
Yeah. Which actually apparently the fossil that it was found with that made them think that made paleontologists think that it was an egg thieving dinosaur.
Right.
Those were probably its own eggs. So it has
makes
actually
sense.
just been slandered.
Oh no. Well, now you know if you've been watching the stream. Now
Yeah.
you know it's not actually an egg
It's
thief.
innocent. It wasn't eating those eggs.
Yeah,
those,
it was not eating.
Yeah. Or maybe it was.
Who knows?
It may have been a cannibal.
Could be.
Yeah.
We don't know anymore. But yeah, no, I like I mean, just look at the differences in coloration here is really cool. Like you've got this sort of almost tiger stripe combination here, and then right on over to this Yukon River that's just, completely white with a blank pattern. And it's just, someone said it reminded them of a very colorful peacock.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see with this the link between birds and dinosaurs, which I think is really, really neat. And they, as you can see, it eats from the meat feeders, and it will also eat from the plant sources. I think there might be one behind there doing some pecking on the ground. And yeah, it will need both in order to be comfortable here.
I mean, that walk cycle is like
That is
it's
a
giving chicken.
Yes, that is 100% chicken. But it looks really cool, and just the colors.
Yeah, they really do look incredible.
Yeah, the way they strut about and the lovely colors make me think peacock, says Nikki in chat here. Let's see if we can find some other ones. Oh yeah, I mean, they all look absolutely incredible. The coloration on the
little crest.
Crest protrusion on the beak there, also really, really cool. And obviously, I have a couple prepared in advance here, so let's just see what these look like.
Chicken time.
Chicken time. Yeah. Oviraptor, I believe, also appears in the film in the prologue scene, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not misremembering too much. It's been a while.
It's in the
since-
cave, right?
Yes, it should be.
Chomping on some eggs, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah. And this, of course, being the Oviraptor 2022 skin, which I think looks really, really cool. Sort of black and white, almost. Yeah, kind of looks like a big chicken.
Yeah.
But it's a cool looking big chicken, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the extended cut, because I think the extended cut of the film puts in some of these.
I think it shows up in Malta in the.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. In one of the deleted scenes,
Yeah.
this will show up in Malta. I don't think it's going to fight the Listrosaurus like it does in those scenes, though.
It's funny. Every dinosaur we've been showing off, they've always just been blocking those trucks. There's just a truck waiting patiently in the background for them to move out of the way.
Oh, social animation.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so cool.
Little dance.
Oh, I love that. That was incredible. Yeah, they look fantastic. It's so cool. All right, hold on. Last one, though. Yeah, there we go again. They're just like, hey,
I'm walking here.
get out the way. I think I might have too many trucks on this tour coming out at the same time. And maybe... Oh! Sorry about that. Not
Why
enough
did the
space.
Oviraptor cross the road?
To not get run over by a tour truck? I don't know. There's a weird sort of alternate reading of that joke.
Right.
Where to get to the other side means to die.
Right.
But the
that
original
totally makes sense.
Yeah, but like the original intention of the joke is just to be an anti-joke. To just be like,
yeah.
to get to the other side. Ha. But then some people are just like, oh, other side. The chicken wants to die. It's weird.
A lot of deep meaning.
I know, right?
A lot of lore.
Weird. A lot of lore. All right. Next up, we got the Atrociraptor, which appears in the lovely key art. You could almost call it the hero dinosaur of the expansion. Key dinosaur in a very key chase scene in the film as well. I'm just going to click release on these so we can see what they look like. And these being the designer dinosaurs that Sonoya Santos releases against Owen Grady and a couple other people in Malta. But yeah, they also look absolutely incredible, and they've got 5 different extra skins because they got the Atrociraptor squad.
Yes.
Is what they're called.
Yeah, to match their appearance in the film.
Yes, because they are sort of the evil version of the Raptor squad. We've got one of them here actually. We've got Tiger right here. We're going to show off the remaining ones as well. And ooh, Ghost is here as well. Cool. Ghost being the leader, of course, and looking very white and ghost-like. Mm-hmm. And you've got all these other lovely patterns and colors as well as they start to explore that little area here. This one's just hanging out, having a bath.
It's hot in Malta.
I mean, it is hot, very hot in Malta. Like mid-July, it's like 35 degrees. It's very warm. Oh, social. Yeah. I love the little interactions. The little interactions are really cool.
Animation did such a good job with all of them, really, all the dinosaurs.
So there might be some multiples here, but we'll just see Ghost and Tiger multiple times, I think. But obviously, we want to show off what the Atrociraptor squad looks like. And if you're the kind of person who likes to do dinosaur fights in your parks, obviously you can then do Atrociraptor squad versus Raptor squad to see who is the best. And you've got Ghost here again. You've got Panthera, who's also one of the Atrociraptor squad members. I forget who does what in the film, but I think they all get sort of knocked out and put out of commission in the end, really.
They have a rough time in the film.
They do. They show up, they do their thing.
They get hit in the face, poles, they fall out of a plane. But
the
if
last
you feel
one gets
bad
thrown
for
out
them,
of a plane.
you can give them a happy life now.
Yes, much better than being thrown out of a plane.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Ghost basically dies, unfortunately. So then this last one, I think, might be Tiger. I should have one more in the can. Yeah, that's Tiger right there. And I have one more in the can, which might actually be
Red.
There we go. Yeah, that's probably red because that's the last one that remains. But yeah, cool dinosaur. A very, very exciting part of the film, and now a very exciting part of the this expansion pack or this expansion here. And I think that was one of the when we first teased this out. Obviously, we did a Know Your Dino with a roar in it, and that roar was the Atrociraptor. Everyone got it immediately. Everyone completely understood. Oh yeah, that's the Atrociraptor. We know what this is going to be.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make them. Oh, there we go.
Brutal.
Very brutal takedown of that poor goat.
I'm not even going to eat him.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, food is looking. Oh wait,
there we go.
Oh.
Delicious.
Goat. Oh, hold on. Can I see if I get a close up of these? Yeah. They're really cool. I gotta say, yeah. Again, amazing work by the character team. Kudos to
as always
to them for making incredible looking dinosaurs, and it's because they're obviously related to the Velociraptors, but they've really made them distinct enough from the Velociraptors that we have in the game as well, and just the whole Atrociraptor skin, the Atrociraptor squad skins as well. Yeah. Also, very cool looking stuff. All right. That should be all the dinosaurs that we have in this expansion, but obviously there's some new variants as well. Now, variants are a bit different from skins. Variants is a change in dinosaur design, which then gives it a new model, some size differences, and you might be able to see some of those size differences if you continue watching the stream. Oh, there's another one taking down the goat. It's just, the way it picks it up to just be like, is it dead?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'm going to eat it now. And so let's head on over to the aviary here. And so there should be some, yes, we've got some regular Dimorphodons here. Just your, typical Dimorphodons. And then, of course, we've got a new variant in the 2022 Dimorphodon, inspired by the film, which also appear in the Malta scenes. And they're so teeny tiny.
This one appears, it's really briefly, it's on that guy's arm, right?
Yes. It's almost like a bird of prey kind of thing. Just sort of panning by it, and then you've got this really cool-looking, highly detailed model with the pycno fibers, and so that's what we're trying to recreate here. Basically, giving you a much smaller version of the Dimorphodon with the pycno fibers, which is the hair that you see along the back there. But as you can probably tell, let me see if I can find someone. Yeah, as you can tell, they are very small, and they are a lot smaller than the regular Dimorphodon.
Yeah.
And so that really showcases what a variant is compared to a regular dinosaur skin. They are very small and very cute, and I think it's a really cool addition. Why are they smaller? Is it a bug? No, that is intended because they look very. I mean, it looks very small in the film, and so we wanted to recreate that in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So they are meant to be a tiny version or tiny variant of the Dimorphodon. And you know, the Dimorphodon already quite a small flying reptile, but now we've shrunk it down even further. Next up that we want to talk about is the Iguanodon, which I had in here somewhere.
There she is.
There she is, which appears, I think, very briefly in the film, but it was also one of those things that people asked us about when we did the Dominion Bison expansion.
Yeah.
Where's the Dimorphodon? Here it is, and this is the Dimorphodon variant, looking very spiffy, I would say.
Yeah, it's got a new face mesh. I think the whole body is different, obviously. It's just to be authentic to the film.
It's quite an amazing work done by the team, as always, of course. And as you can see, the different skin colors, the different pattern colors, all make them look very, very different, all very, very distinct, very, very interesting as well. Comment here from chat saying, I really like the new model for the Iguanodon. And yeah, I think they are quite stunning, honestly.
Yeah,
They're
it's
really
cool to have, obviously we've got the 2022 variant, but also then there's customization within that as well. So yeah, if you release the ones in the film, you can actually have a whole matching set of ones that appear like they could be from the film, but you've got more variety as well. So.
And yeah, we're going to talk a bit about some of the new sort of body and pattern color system that we've introduced for variants as well, just in a few moments. But first, let's talk about the big one. Let's talk about Allosaurus, because Allosaurus briefly appears in a very key scene in Malta, where it, along with the Carnotaurus, busts out of a cage that's been accidentally opened by Owen Grady, and then eats a poor guy on a scooter who's apparently a competition winner.
I heard that as well, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool, though, to have a competition for, like, you can win a chance to be eaten by a dinosaur in our big Hollywood blockbuster film. And so, yeah, we have recreated the film Allosaurus in the game, which is a lot, it's a bit bigger, more terrifying than the sort of, it's weird calling it standard, the sort of base, the other Allosaurus, as it were. But, and then, some new sounds as well. It should have a new roar that appears now and again as well. And yeah, this is the Allosaurus 2022 variant. And I figured, we can release it together with the scavengers here, and they should get along just fine.
Yeah.
And it's quite large, quite terrifying, and meant to be a sort of recreation of the Allosaurus as it appears in the film. It should have some scars, I think, along some of the, maybe on its head. I forget, the lighting is a bit, maybe I'm misremembering. But very cool looking dinosaur, and I figured, since we're talking about dinosaurs from the film,
Its best friend can join
the Carnotaurus 2022 skin can also join in.
I foresee no problems happening
No,
here.
absolutely not. Yes, that's probably the one that I'm thinking of with the scars.
yeah.
I do like the way they roar when they come out of the hatchery. Usually these two obviously wouldn't get along, but because of sandbox mode settings, I've made it so that they do. And one thing I did when we did the live stream last week was put this together with the other Carnotaurus from the Camp Cretaceous pack, and I think they match really well in terms of coloration and everything. But yeah, this is the Demon Carnotaurus, I think is the sort of fan nickname it's been given. And it's really cool looking dinosaur, I've got to say.
Yeah, the coloration on it is just fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. Just the red and the black and the scarring and everything. Oh, careful, tool truck. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now they're waiting again. Oh yeah, no, this poor thing is lonely though, but it should be. Yeah, everything is fine. It's been fine. So I should add another Carnotaurus to this. But yeah, as we've talked about some of these dinosaurs and the variants and the skins, what are some of your favorites? We'll start with you, Callum.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
If you have a favorite, I know it's tricky. Rich always just goes, "I love all my children equally."
Yeah,
etc. etc.
I think it's probably from this pack. It's got to be the Oviraptor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it looks fantastic. Yeah, the coloration options on it are great, and just the way it walks and its feathers and everything like that.
It's got like we talked about, great variety of different looks, like overall designs for it in terms of color and pattern and all that.
Yeah, and it's just got so much character.
Yeah, it really does. Like you can really tell that like this is almost like it's a dinosaur with a personality. They all have a sort of personality, but it really, it showcases everything about itself through the way it moves, through the way it walks. What about you, James?
Well, if Callum hadn't just said Oviraptor, I might have also said that. I mean, the fact that
it's fine. You can say the same thing if you want to. Yeah.
The omnivorous part of it, that's really cool. That was fun to work on. Nice new, unique behaviour. But I'll go with Listrosaurus then. If Oviraptor's been taken, I just think they're just so.
I mean, you've worked on all of these. Like you know them probably better than a lot of other people do.
Yeah, I just it just makes me laugh. Oh well,
You're just having a sit.
So
I mean, this thing, images of this particular sitting animation pops up on Reddit, on the subreddit, about once every month, I'd say, where people just go, I just like the way they sit. They sit really nicely.
I think that was one of the first things that sort of blew up on the Reddit.
Yes, 100%.
And deservedly so.
Oh, come on, you got it. Ah, almost.
I missed.
Oh,
try again.
Yeah, come on, you got it. Boom. It's just, and it just eats it whole. I just, every single time. I'm actually going to give it a friend because it's a little bit lonely. So let's, there we go. And why not do the Toro skin?
Nice.
Because I feel like it fits in with the vibe. There we go. And begin task. Speed things up. Yeah, give him Toro. Also because chat told me to do it. So. There we go. And I think someone put in chat as well, like a lot of people when they saw the first trailer thought that the Carnotaurus that appears in Malta was the same from Camp Cretaceous, but now it's been confirmed that, oh no, it's two different ones. But they do look quite similar because they've got the same sort of
similar
black,
color,
white,
but different
orange.
like pattern.
Yeah, different vibe overall. But yeah, the poor goat got eaten, but it's a cool little fan thing. But yeah, no, chat, please let us know what is your favorite, and we would love to hear about it. And I think it's tricky to choose one. I really like the new Allosaurus variant just because it looks kind of extra scary, and Allosaurus being a very apex predator, obviously this really fits in with being an apex predator. I think. I also think the Iguanodon has a really nice look to it. The 2022 variant. Oh, I thought they were both going to sit. It's fine. All right. Well, speaking of variant, one thing we've added in Update 5 is the ability now to, let me just find one of them, is the ability to have body and pattern colors for variants. Yeah. So we now have a variant selector in the hatchery. So James, could you take it from there?
Yeah, sure. So this is just a way to allow you to switch between the multiple body variants and then actually have customization within them. So before, when we had movie appearance, it would just be, this is exactly how it looks in the movie. It's the sort of authentic version of that dinosaur. But, I mean, the game's all about creative freedom. So this is a way now for people to vary the skin color and pattern color once they've picked which sort of body mesh that they want to use for that dinosaur.
And so you can then pick your different skin colors, your different pattern colors, and then of course, if you want to, like I usually do, is do random per egg, and that includes then the sort of full 2022 skin, which will then override everything else. And then of course you can also go back to the default body and then just choose random for that as well. Which and then if you can just do random, which randomizes both the variants and the body and pattern colors.
Yeah. So you can get a lot of variety just popping out of the hatchery all at once.
Yeah.
Although I think you don't get too many Dreadnoughtuses coming out of the hatchery at once.
No, I think it's one at a time.
Yeah.
So for Dreadnoughtus it might be a bit,
but for some of the other dinosaurs,
For something like, I think you can have like 2 Giganotosauruses per batch, for example.
Yeah.
But for something like the Iguanodon, like 1 through 4, it works. So this is available for the Giganotosaurus, the Dreadnoughtus from the Dominion Bison expansion, Kentrosaurus and Uranosaurus from Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, and then the Iguanodon from the Malta expansion. And I have some of them right here. And I prepped a Dreadnoughtus.
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah, here's a Dreadnoughtus that I've cooked up earlier in my lab. And it's a big dinosaur. And just the hatchery animation, release animation, always incredible.
It's funny seeing them in debug, seeing the sauropods like scrunched up inside the hatchery just before they're about to come out. They're so big that
obviously they would have to be sort of scrunched up on like the animation side of things. So yeah, we've got the Salar del Huasco and the Paparana color there, and then we've got a different one over here. So yeah, you can definitely see them be very different in color and both body and pattern color. And I think, I remember when we announced this, a lot of people asked like, oh, is it going to be that different? And yes, yes it is. I think, over here we have the Kentro and the Uranosaurus, and these are both of the variants, which I then, I set it to random for the variants. So you've got your Pierce variant here with different body and pattern colors.
Yep.
And you've even got a regular Pierce right here, just hanging out. And over here, I put down 2 different types of Giganotosaurus with, as you can see, randomized body and pattern colors. And this is available on all platforms, so even if you're on PC, PlayStation, and on Xbox, you can randomly choose these stuff for your dinosaur variants, or for these 5 dinosaur variants, I should say.
I think it's especially cool for the Kentrosaurus because the size is really radically different. Some of them are twice as big as some of the others. So,
yes. You can definitely see. I mean, I don't have any non-Pierce Kentrosauruses in here, but there's a huge size difference for the Kentrosaurus and the Uranosaurus as well. And excuse me, a bit of air there. For the Giganotosaurus as well, like they look vastly different from each other, and it's cool to put the 2 different kinds together, I think. All right, we are gonna jump into a campaign level in progress, but before we do, we're gonna check out our latest park management guide for a bit more info. And so this campaign is set before the events of Jurassic World Dominion. We're obviously not gonna spoil too much of the campaign. We're gonna try to show you very early stuff. But let's jump into the park management guide and see what that looks like.
Ah, Malta. What a wonderful region. But this is no vacation. The Mediterranean has become a hot spot for dinosaur activity, and they need our expertise. With the right tools, we can safely and securely keep our animals in check. And once they're ready, we can get them loaded into the cargo ship and set sail for the next destination. Malta is just the beginning. You'll need to set up shop on 3 different islands and maintain dinosaur facilities at each challenging location. Now, where to get the dinosaurs, you may ask? Well, that one's up to you. Choosing between the authorities and the underground will determine what you get access to in the dinosaur exchange. Here you'll find the exchange for all dinosaur transactions. Buy, sell, you can do it all. But choose carefully. Who you trust will decide what dinosaurs and research you can get access to. Well, that's about it. This is the start of a new frontier. Can I trust you to deliver when it matters the most?
Thank you so much to Mr. Cabot-Finch for helping us out in that park management guide. And as you saw, Malta is just the beginning. When you jump into the Dominion Malta campaign, you've got 3 different islands in the Mediterranean that you switch between on the fly. You're transporting dinosaurs back and forth. But yeah, Callum, can you tell me a little bit about how these different islands and things like interact with each other?
Sure. Yeah, so as has been mentioned, it's a campaign split across these 3 islands. You're sort of switching between all 3 as part of the campaign. You start off on San Albertus, then you move to San Marie, and then you sort of move back to San Albertus, then to Sant'Egidius, then back, and so you're sort of switching back and forth continuously, sort of having to manage your 3 sort of park facilities on each one. But there is some sort of link between the 3. You can move dinosaurs between the 3 with the cargo ship. You can everything you research as part of the tech tree gets carried across, so you don't need to research the same thing 3 times. Staff and money, however, are individual to each island, but you can do some stuff like you can, if you've got one island with lots of money, you can buy some dinosaurs there, send them to the cargo ship, go to your other island that's maybe a bit low on funds and retrieve them there. So
I remember a similar trick from the first game where you could go to one island, you could acquire a bunch of fossils, sell them off, and then you would jump into the other one,
sell them on the other
and the
island.
same fossils would be there. You just sell them off, and then suddenly you have a lot of money, and all your debt problems suddenly go away, like that. So yeah, here we are on the San Albertus Peninsula. This is essentially, I think, half an hour into the campaign. I've done sort of the main basics of setting up my base, setting up my facility here. I have built a dinosaur exchange, so I have access to that stuff. And so the dinosaur exchange, here it is, accessible through the acquisition center, is where we do our research, and then is where we get more dinosaurs. So what are we doing here? We're buying and selling dinosaurs, and then you've got the authorities, and you've got the underground. Yeah. And so what are the differences between the 2 factions?
Yeah,
I'm sure it kind of says itself, but.
Yeah, there's certain. I'm right in saying that certain factions have different dinosaurs that they usually sell, right,
That's
James?
Right. Yeah. So more carnivores probably going to come from the underground, that sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe more herbivores from the authorities. Yeah. And there are some dinosaurs which are sold by both. So as you're buying dinosaurs, you're raising your trust with each of these factions, sort of getting on their good side, and also obviously getting some dinosaurs for your park, increasing your appeal. And delivering them to your park and increasing the amount of guests that are coming there. Yeah,
and then as you can see here, you've got seller ratings, which source. You don't need to know how I gain possession of these dinosaurs at the right price. It's yours, winky face, and then just a question mark between traits and cosmetics. Who knows? And so unreliable information. So in this case, maybe I won't get the dinosaur he claims or they claim, or maybe it'll be sick. Maybe it won't be as many dinosaurs as they claim, I'm assuming. Yeah. But also I gain trust with the various factions as well, and that will, I assume, help me unlock different things down the line.
Yeah, so you need to get to a certain trust rating before you can unlock the other 2 islands. So you need to get to a certain trust with the authorities before they'll give you access to San Marie Bay. And then a bit later on in the campaign, you'll need to raise your trust with the underground to get access to Sant'Egidius. And as well as that, there's a few other bits and pieces of the tech tree which are locked behind different trust levels.
Interesting, yeah. And as you can see, there's no dinosaur research here. Everything is done through the exchange.
Indeed.
This time around. But yeah, no, it's the tech tree that you're familiar with different types of unlocks for different, attractions. You got a truck tour, you got your all of that stuff that you're familiar with, basically. And yeah, here we've got the island navigation. Obviously, I've only unlocked San Albertus so far, and then we've got Santa Gigius over here and San Marie over on Corsica over here. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, based on what my level of trust is with the different factions, I unlock access to the different islands.
Yeah, exactly. So you're about halfway there. So
I'm about halfway there. Yeah,
a bit more work to go.
Yeah, but there's not just dinosaurs available on the exchange. There's eggs and genomes as well. How does it work with buying eggs compared to buying dinosaurs?
So eggs and genome are unlocked a bit later. But you can buy the eggs, you can deliver them to your hatcheries and hatch them from there. So you don't need to worry about the synthesis side of things, but you still incubate, you still pick and choose which eggs, which dinosaurs you want to actually release. And genome is a case of buying that genome, and like normal, once you've reached the right genome requirements, you can then hatch, sort of synthesize and hatch those dinosaurs yourself.
Okay, so it's more just, it's kind of, you can get dinosaurs immediately, or you can sort of pick and choose by buying eggs and then choosing which eggs to hatch, or you can have sort of full control long term by getting the genomes and then building that up, essentially. It's a very interesting system. It's all about finding the balance between what you need immediately, which might screw you over if you buy dinosaurs. And then you can sell the dinosaurs as well, which will then give you money back. And obviously they have different things that they need, and you can see then the people with the clear faces are the authorities, and you've got the underground right here, who are the shadowed faces. And they're if you're familiar with people from the dev team, there might be some familiar shadowed faces that you
potentially
can see here and there.
Is that you?
No, that's not me. But to
give you a brief look behind the scenes, there might be some faces here of people from the dev team that have then been shadowed out and anonymized. I'm not in it because I was too late in sending you my selfie, but I love the fact that this is a thing that we just thought, let's put some devs in there. Why not? That's fun.
It was a really great idea, and
I like it quite a lot. This is my first facility here on the San Albertus Peninsula, and then eventually I would unlock these additional areas here. It's a huge, expansive map on this particular area here, and there's quite a lot to work with, and the map size carries over to sandbox mode as well.
There's loads of room to play with. We wanted to give lots of area to work with and expand out into, and build a flourishing facility / park.
Because the end of the campaign isn't really the end. Once you've completed the missions, these parks all maintain.
Right.
And so then your next objective is to reach 5 stars across all 3 of your islands. So you can really expand this a long way after you finish the missions.
And island size varies also between the 3 different maps. So you're going to have to be careful with considering how you build and what you put where, etc. Because if you have sauropods, they're going to take a lot of space because they need a lot of space because they're very big. And they might not fit that well in with some of the other islands that might have have less space than, for example, this one does.
Some of the islands are designed to be a challenge, right? Like, how do I make the best use of this space? And then some of them are designed to basically be go nuts, build your dream, Malta Park. It's about variety, basically.
So what would either of you say is the biggest challenge in the campaign?
Ooh.
Should I go for this
Go
one?
for it, yeah.
I think it's probably, with the dinosaur exchange, the fact that you sometimes don't know what you're going to get. So well, for one thing is you actually might get unreliable listings where you think you're buying an Oviraptor and actually turns out to be a T-Rex or something like that, right? I'm not sure if that exact situation can happen, but you can definitely get surprised. You have your enclosure ready for a cute, harmless herbivore, and it turns out that what's actually arriving is not going to be fit for that space.
No,
and then you have to kind of adapt to that. And even if it's not unpredictable, you can just end up biting off more than you can chew, in a sense. With the marketplace, you can just you can spend a lot of money very quickly, so you do have to be a bit smart about how you're investing. You know, if it's through the hatcheries, then you're kind of limited just by incubation time, but with the exchange, you really can just go on a spending spree. So I would say, be careful to people.
Yeah.
Don't bankrupt yourself, even though there's a lot of shiny, exciting dinosaurs.
Don't trust everyone.
Yeah, and
basically.
don't trust everybody. Obviously, you can see the seller rating to get a bit of an idea of the reputability of the people you're doing business with, but it's still not guaranteed.
Yeah. But yeah, no, buying dinosaurs, very easy. You just like, oh, I would like these Listrosauruses, please. And then you buy them, and then it's just, here they are.
Yeah.
And so, remind me, do they get along with Oviraptor?
Yes, they should do.
Okay. Yeah, that keyword should.
Yeah.
But let's just try it and see how they get along. I do like that word should. It carries a lot of weight usually. And then once you choose where to put them, they will immediately be delivered and then lowered into your enclosure. And I like the new sort of cinematic camera that we're doing with the deliveries here.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, people love hatchery releases, and obviously we're focusing a lot more on helicopter just because it's coming from the cargo ship.
They do not like each other.
I got that wrong.
This likes Oviraptor twice. So, that's going to be... Hold on, what's that? That's the one.
See, this is one of the problems that can happen when buying dinosaurs from the dinosaur exchange, you know?
Very clever.
Yeah,
to indicate that.
Your trusted advisors can just tell you, give you wrong information.
Or that.
For example.
We have added a new quality of life feature that actually shows, it'll show you what the cohabitation relationships should be between the dinosaur that you're delivering and the ones in the park as well.
I should have paid attention to that, I think.
You can toggle that on.
Unfortunately, I did not toggle that on. I should have paid attention.
I should
have mentioned that, the film scene in which they fight each other, that should have been a big hint to me, I think. But we're going to get these Listrosauruses out of the way of these Oviraptors, I think, because they're not doing too well. All right. But
I would have mentioned it, but they're so small that I didn't even realize there was anything in this enclosure, to be honest.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sure they won't.
My motto for whenever I play this game is that everything's going to be fine.
Eventually.
Yes. And so as obviously with all the different campaigns that you have in the game, there's going to be different missions that you have. So right now I need to increase my trust with the authorities. I need to get my park rating up a little bit, and I need to get some more profit from my amenities here. But it's hold on, multi-select, go.
Yeah, it's a bit more free-form, I'd say, this campaign. You've got multiple ways to increase your trust, for example, or to increase your park rating. So it's nice to have these kind of, semi-sandbox parts of the mission, where it's a sort of, okay, now build your park.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've played this game, you know how to build, how to raise your park rating. So
there's a nice little progression between the different campaigns, I feel, and I like that we're throwing in some curveballs here and there, especially with you have the Dominion Biosyn expansion, where you once you reach the scorched earth level, you're doing something very different than what you were doing previously. For example, instead of building, you're helping restore instead of. And I got to say, whoever designed this sort of park in progress when they did this, very well done. Absolutely. Yeah,
it was sort of a bit of a collaboration between myself and the environment art team, sort of giving this park sort of a bit of an overrun, dilapidated nature reserve kind of feeling to it. Sort of, they started building this big facility out and then run out of funds or something, and they just left it half finished. And now, Cabot comes in, buys it up cheap, and gets you to fix it up.
Yeah, and what I really love about working with Cabot Finch on these levels is that he's incredibly good at both being informative and sort of he's a good mentor figure in the sense, but he's also incredibly just condescending to you. He's just like, I've done my job here. I've delegated. I've told people what to do.
Yeah, you think I'm going to get my hands dirty?
So now I'm going to lean back and just be like, all right, go. Done. I asked Rich this question when I had him on stream last week, so I'm going to post it to you as well. Who's got the most number of ex-wives? Is it Cabot Finch or is it Ian Malcolm?
Ooh.
It could be Cabot, couldn't it?
I think so.
His backstory is unknown. There could just be...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he's always mentioning some sort of ex-wife trouble or some sort of alimony he has to pay off or something or other. Maybe that's why he's now doing this stuff rather than working with Masrani and Jurassic World and all of those other people.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of like morally grey, money-oriented story is like just the perfect fit for Cabot. Like this is where he was meant to be the whole time.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
He is a money man, and I like his little sort of at the end of a sentence when he's done giving you information about a thing.
And his interactions with Soyona are great as well.
Oh, I haven't reached that yet. But I look forward to
some great
seeing
dialogue between those two.
But yeah, and then obviously in the campaign as well, there's going to be appearances from people from the film. You've got Barry, who used to work with Owen at Jurassic Park. You've got Sonoya Santos, of course, and you've got Kayla Watts chiming in as well, who you heard in the launch trailer that we played earlier in the stream. And so, there's going to be some Hollywood talent telling you what to do and how to do it. Yeah. And I like that they're sort of here to, guide us through everything.
Yeah, Kayla's kind of and Barry, they're kind of the voices of reason in a way. And this is set, in terms of when this is set, it's before the events of Dominion as well. Mm-hmm. So that's why Kayla is still sort of deep in the life of being a
she very much
smuggler.
referenced being like, oh, I'm just here to transport the dinosaurs, like what you do in your time.
Yeah, it's your concern.
It's up to you, basically. I'm just here for the money, kind of thing.
Obviously, she has more of a change of heart in Dominion. Is that spoilers? Well, it's definitely spoilers. The question is, are spoilers okay?
Yeah, I mean, character goes through arc. Is
Shock
kind
horror.
of how fiction works in a sense. But I guess a little, The comment here from Jack Wolf. Glad you chose to bring more actors back to do voices. I mean, me too. I think it's cool to just look at the game and be like, there's so much talent in this thing, both on the dev side and on the voice side and everything else. There's just so much packed into it. I think
it was great to have the opportunity to bring some of the characters that we haven't had in the game so far, and obviously a few returning faces.
Yes,
like Cabot, and
you might also hear from Mr. Biasin himself,
Mr. Dodgson. Yeah, he has a little appearance in this, and obviously Dr. Dewar and. My name's gone blank. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
appears.
Lambert, he pops
up. The third one, whose name now I'm blanking on, Isaac.
Yes,
he's off working for Dodgson in the Dominion Bison.
Yeah, I think he has a very brief appearance.
Okay, cool.
Here at some point.
Cool, I like that. But chat. I mean, I'm sure people in chat have already played through the campaign. But if you haven't started yet, or if you're just getting started, please let us know. And I hope you enjoy the campaign. And I think then that just about wraps it up for this stream here. So the Dominion Malta expansion is out now. 4 new prehistoric species, 3 new variants, 1 new dinosaur skin, and a whole new campaign. And I need to check my notes because I keep forgetting. Whole new campaign set before the events of Jurassic World Dominion. 3 new islands, a whole new mechanic on acquiring dinosaurs, and 3 new maps in sandbox mode, Malta-themed buildings, Malta-themed decorations. It's just a whole bunch of stuff and a free update. And you'll find all that information over on our website and on our forums. There's a huge changelog with everything you need to know about what's in the DLC and what's in the update. And go back to my notes here. And of course, I want to thank Callum and James for joining me here on the stream.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's been great to have you both here. And thank you to Mods out in the chat for moderating. Thank you so much to Adam, our producer, for taking care of things behind the scenes. Thank you to the rest of the community team for being amazing. And of course, thank you to you for watching this live stream. We're going to be back next week with our last live stream of the year. And we're going to do some very fun activities and we're going to do some amazing giveaways. So please feel free to join us for that. As I said before, the Dominion Malta expansion is out now. Update 5 is free for everyone who already owns Jurassic World Evolution 2. All you need to do is update your game. And yeah, like I said, we'll be back next week, so please join us for that stream, and we will all see you then. Bye, everyone.